getting ready.
We can't hear the start, but we're underway, and it's I quite like the position Harry's in on the right-hand side. He gets on the board pretty early, but it looks like Alex had a really good start, got an extra kick in as well, but it is Harry leading them away as they go flying past our position. Owen Fox at the back of the pack right now on this long straight section, about 400 meters into corner number one. And it's Harry Clark that's going to set the line or lead us into corner number one here.
Yep, so we got it. Looks like Harry. Oh, Chase made a pass into second on the exit of corner one. And then we have Alex and Owen behind them. Harry's still looking strong in first place going into corner two. Nice drone footage. Looking really tight between... Oh, and Chase passed back.
Yeah, Chase just exiting that corner a little bit early.
More speed,
carried more speed out. And now we see Alex. He's right on the tail of Harry's board.
Again, I think it's important to keep in mind, we talked about strategy a little bit. And... It's a race to get back on the boards here. 3 riders down. Harry Clark's down. I think the man that's still standing is Alex at the front of the race. And now it is all about moving again. Is that Chase just trying to get past Owen Fox here? Harry Clark was in a good position. I think he's a little behind these guys. I'm not sure yet. But wow, what drama there. There is Harry in 4th place. So it is a battle between these three to see who can stay on their feet, who can get that next spot. Of course, with Alex up in front on his own, he's just got to stay on his board now, and he's in the semi-finals. But what drama early on. So not got a shot of Alex up ahead, but he stayed on his feet, didn't he? Yeah, it looked like it. That was a pretty big collision. I'm surprised he managed to stay on and didn't crash into the bales with everyone else. But this makes it pretty interesting. Chase has got them led by quite a bit. I wouldn't be surprised if he pulls second. And I just saw Alex there in first. So if Chase can stay up in front here, he'll move on. Harry and Owen will be out. But it's not over until it's over. Oh, Harry hits the bales. No. Owen runs into him. So I think pretty safe to say that Chase and Alex will be moving on to the next round. Yeah, it looks like Owen and Harry have kind of, decided to take it easy. That's a bummer. That's a bummer for these guys. Yeah. They gave it their all. That was an unfortunate tangle. I'm not sure if Harry's injured or bummed, but he's on his feet, so it shouldn't be too bad either way.
So we're on to heat number 2 already started as well. So Yanis Makarian, Oscar Rodriguez Esquam, Thomas Wingson Thomas from Hong Kong as well. It's supposed to have Yasmin in this one. I don't see Yasmin here, so
I'm not seeing her either. I'm not sure what happened. She was looking really strong earlier. Yeah. Hopefully we get to see her again in women's.
This is the next heat. This is heat 3 in the start, okay, because we've got Gregory Schwab, Cole Trotter, Khalil Hamuri, and Olaf from Norway as well.
Yeah, so this is going to be a pretty good lineup. It looks like the guys are getting outfitted with GoPros. If you guys stay tuned on the WDSC, you'll get to see some of that footage later on.
So we do have a bit of time pressure as well. It's coming up to 3:45 local time. So, in an ideal world, we'd follow every heat all the way down. But we've got to get these races going. So this is the riders in heat number 2 that are on the way. Of course, from heat number 1, it is Alex and Chase that we think have gone through.
Yep.
We'll get that confirmed afterwards.
And then from right to left, it looks like we've got... Olaf, Cole, Gregory, and then Khalil on the left. This is going to be a really stacked heat. These guys are all experienced riders, all living in areas with really great hills. So this is going to be a fun one to watch. I think we're just kind of letting the track clear up a little bit before we want to send these guys so that there's no kind of mixing.
Yeah, because that's the danger, isn't it? If there's a big crash up ahead, we'd have to stop these guys.
Right.
Or potentially, and that can delay things, and got to get the bales have got to get fixed up and put in back in a safe position. Some of the barrier banners as well. It's not fun hitting a hay bale, though. They protect you, but they're pretty hard.
Yeah, that's not fun to hit a hay bale, but it's better than going flying off the road into some rocks.
Better than rocks and trees are painful. Hay bale does the job. We have in ski racing, we have fences. Yeah. People think, the fence does its job. Yeah, it stops you hitting a tree, but you don't want to be hitting a fence either. So the heat number 3, quarterfinal number 3 lined up in the start. We haven't had a shot of the positions in quarterfinal 2. I believe
heat number 2 is Giannis and Oscar moving on, I think.
There's the view in the finish area.
And guys, I am seeing some feedback on the live about not being able to see the entire run, which I totally understand. But just as a reminder, it gets dark pretty early here, and we really don't want to be racing in the dark. So we're trying to work our way through these heats, and as a result, we have to send them pretty quickly, and it makes it pretty much impossible to film each run all the way to the bottom. So please bear with us. Obviously, as we move further through the bracket, you'll be able to see more of the run. Production crew is doing the best they can, so please bear with us. We'll try and keep you updated as we can.
Yeah, we take the feedback. We'll listen, and looking ahead to future events, how we can make this live stream as good as possible for you guys are watching at home, or if you're sneaking in a little viewing at work on this Sunday afternoon, if you're working on a Sunday or whatever you're doing, family dinner. Yeah, got your phone under the table, just watching a bit of...
Well, I actually just saw Colby Park's parents just joined us from Canada on the live. So Nancy and Gary, hello. Thanks for joining us. Colby should be running here shortly. We just got to get through some stand-up downhill skateboarding. But it looks like, there's a slight delay for the track to get cleared. We had some collisions with the hay bales. We want to make sure all those bales are stacked back up properly. The hay is swept off the road so that this next heat, which is Olaf, Cole, Gregory, and Khalil, don't run into any interferences on the track.
So these guys are just having to just wait, relax, have a little chat, or as relaxed as possible before your heat, because this is such a tough heat coming up. And they are in a little bit of sunshine as well. Yeah,
we're getting a little warmth here. And
coming through.
I do feel for those guys at the top, as Gemma mentioned earlier, that kind of waiting around at the start line can sort of mess with your head a little bit. You line up, you get ready to go, and then they tell you to wait. Of course, it's for a good reason. We want to make sure the track is safe and clear, but I don't envy these guys at the start line who are kind of, right on the edge of their seat waiting to drop.
Yeah, you get yourself in the zone, you get fired up, you think you're going in the next minute, and then you're told to hold. And often in the start, you don't know why you've been told to hold initially. You don't know if it's a crash, one of your mates could have gone down. And, they try and give the information to those guys in the start when they can. But I'm sure they've told them they're just working on the track, because there's nothing worse than knowing someone in the heat in front of you has crashed, and that's why there's a delay. So they'll have that information now, and they just got to stay loose.
Yep, keep moving around. Yeah, I saw a comment from Rob McWhinney in Australia asking where Josh Evans is. He unfortunately had a crash yesterday, I believe. His knee became inflamed. He is in the hospital. Does not sound serious. Actually, it sounds like they found out when he was in the hospital that he had COVID. So he should be. He's in a nice hospital. I've heard he should be recovering okay.
Actually, it's not COVID.
Oh, okay, not COVID.
maybe just a little
injury.
Knee injury, possibly a little virus and some infection. Not sure. I don't want to speculate, but definitely heard it wasn't COVID. I don't want people to panic that everyone's going to fly home from this event with COVID.
Yes,
so
good point.
That's just try and clarify that
yes, thank
for
you,
everybody.
I don't want to spread any rumors, so thanks for clearing that up.
Although never let the truth get in the way of a good rumor. That's what I always say.
So we wish Jev a quick recovery. Quick shout out to Raggy from Team Green in British Columbia. Quick shout out to the guys watching in Toronto and Spain. Got a quick shot of the finish line. These guys are kind of just relaxing, trying to stay warm. Quick shout out to Harry's dad, Paul Clark. Thanks for tuning in. Definitely a bummer about Harry. He was looking strong. Hopefully we can get a little interview with him at the top. Quick shout out to people joining us from Argentina. Thank you. South Africa. We've got quite a worldly crew of viewers.
Yeah, we are truly global today. It is so good to have people tuning in from all over the world, and there must be some solid tracks in South Africa.
Yeah, that was actually the last time I was commentating.
Right.
Was in South Africa.
Whereabouts?
A couple hours outside of Cape Town. There's an event called Hot Heels, and it was a fun one. But yeah, it's good to be back on the microphone after, I think that would have been in 2013, 14. So it's nice to be back on the mic. Thanks for having me.
It's awesome to have you along.
Yeah, thanks.
Keeping me in check. I'm learning all the time and learning from you guys, and everyone's been super cool as well. So,
yeah, it's nice to see these boys in their element. You know, I have a background in racing, but not for a long, long time. So I know a little bit about it. I skate with a number of these people regularly, so it's cool to see them in their element, doing their thing, wearing their suits, fancy helmets, going fast.
Yeah, so still some track work going on. That's why we have that little delay. But yeah, it's been about 10 minutes now, and you can see the conversation start. When are we going? When are we going?
They're eager.
Yeah.
Cole looks eager. But this is kind of a good time to maybe suss out your competition. Oh, it looks like we're going to be rolling here in a second. The guys are getting ready to go.
So we've got Gregory Schwab, Cole Trotter, Khalil Hamouri, and Olaf Oy in quarterfinal number 3 here at the World Downhill Skateboarding Championships. Eager to go after a long wait. Top 2 into the semi-finals. Here we go. And Olaf is a tall athlete, isn't he? But he's not quite got the best of the starts.
Yep. Again, it's a bit about strategy on this hill because it's so long. Just because you're in back doesn't mean you can't draft and make a pass. And they just ripped past us. Cole and Gregory out front by a bit. Cole maybe going for a pass here into turn 1. This one's going to be tight. Okay, they were looking pretty clean on the exit. We got Gregory. Oh, he slipped a little bit, but he hung onto it. Cole's right behind him getting into his draft with Khalil behind Cole and Olaf back and forth. The first 3 guys are leading Olaf by quite a bit. Gregory and Cole seem to be kind of pulling away from the other 2.
Yeah, Khalil really took some of that speed off.
Yep.
But, he's just got to stay in touch here. Not let these guys get completely out of sight. And that's what he's doing so far on the top half of this course. Olaf, I haven't seen a shot of him for a bit. He's just that little bit further back. And Khalil getting, on a good line there. And they did pull away.
Yep.
But he's managing to just reel them in ever so slowly. There's Olaf coming through as well, still on the board. That's good to see.
Yeah, and it's interesting, right? Because Gregory and Cole, they don't want to crash. They want to move on. But Khalil, at this point, this distance, he's kind of hoping for a crash from those 2 in front. That would certainly put him into the top 2. So let's see what happens. If Gregory and Cole can stay safe, they'll likely move on to the next round.
Yeah, starting to see the gaps just grow a little bit here. Khalil still in third place.
But it's never over till it's over. Yeah. That gap can be made up. It isn't too significant. Khalil could come up to second. Cole could come up to first. So we'll see.
Yeah, but Gregory Schwab up in the lead right now. Qualified in third place, so we know he's got the speed on this course and running right out to the bales. Cole was right on the edge there. That's the view in the start for the last of the quarterfinals. Diego Ponce, Antoine Carlotti, Vaclav Vanchara, and Fabio Minning in quarterfinal number 4.
It's quite interesting to see the different ways that they start. Some, really low with their hands on the ground, trying to get that extra reach on the first push. See how they fire off here, and they're off.
So there's different techniques, trying to get some GoPro footage out of the start as well, and everyone away cleanly.
Antoine really kicked off strong in front. He's going to probably enter that first left in front. Here they are just passing us.
Hopefully you can hear that sound as well. We've got an effects mic right in front of us.
Yeah.
So what we'll do once this one is complete, as soon as we get the info, to just confirm who has progressed into the next round as well from the previous heats, because obviously we didn't see that. We got some problems early on.
It looks like Antoine's out.
One rider left standing, and there's a little bit of carnage there.
And I think that's Diego first to his board after the crash. Antoine can't seem to find his board. Oh, Diego's stopped.
Has he got a problem with his board?
Not quite sure. Two of the guys seem to be looking for their boards. Diego, I'm not sure why he didn't continue riding. This is interesting. Now we've only got one rider on their board. Other couple looking for their boards.
Have they decided? Maybe they've decided they're just going to put their own start together or something here. Yeah. We're just going to race it for 3.
Could be.
But
because I thought for a second that Diego maybe grabbed the wrong board, and that's why he stopped. But I can see that he's riding his Pro Model board. So there's no reason other than potentially good sportsmanship that he'd stop. Oh, it looks like you're right. They might be doing their own kind of start here.
Well, two of them are off.
Antoine. I've never seen anything like this.
Lost his board. This is crazy. I mean,
so they don't seem to be. This is Fabio and Diego that essentially are competing for to advance, and they don't really seem to be competing. So that's interesting. I wonder. I'm curious to know the conversation between those guys after that crash.
Yeah, I wish we could give you more on that one, but all sorts of drama here.
I think we are seeing a case of some really good sportsmanship, which isn't surprise. I mean, it's something I've never seen before, a situation like that, but knowing these guys, great sportsmanship is not surprising. So, but it looks like Diego's in essentially second place in the advancing position, but again, not pushing it at 100%. So, somewhat interesting that Fabio's not, pulling up to him.
Yeah, I don't like speculating, but maybe a little hurt from that one. That's all I can think of. Or, possibly some damage to the wheel, maybe. But it looked like a nasty one. Just caught the end of it. He's standing up tall as well. I think he knows that he's not able to keep pace with Diego here. So. Yeah, that was such a big crash, and on the inside as well of that turn. So everyone absolutely.
Well, there's Antoine. So he's back on his board. That's good. And obviously not injured too badly, if at all, if he's on the board.
Well, this is the last of the quarterfinals, and we've had a few scary moments in these quarterfinals, but that's kind of what we were expecting might happen once we put everyone on the track together and everything was all up for grabs. Places in the semi-finals, and the numbers that we're getting on the live stream right now, the best we've seen all day for obvious reasons. That is a beautiful shot. That shows the track in all its glory, snaking its way down the hill. You can see back up towards the top of the hill there.